Imagine a time when the world's rhythm was dictated not by rigid scriptures or centralized dogmas, but by the whisper of the wind, the pulse of the earth, and the cycles of the stars. A time before the world, as we know it, became dominated by the monotheistic trio of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. This was an era when spirituality flowed like a river, adapting to the landscapes it touched. It was a world alive with gods, spirits, and energies. This was the essence of paganism, a spiritual path that predates and, in many ways, defies the confines of modern religious constructs. Yet, let's pause for a moment, because for many, the word pagan triggers a barrage of misconceptions. Images of shadowy rituals, dark magic, and sinister intent often come to mind. But here's the truth. The narrative of paganism has been skewed by centuries of propaganda, mostly from the very systems that sought to replace it. Paganism is neither inherently malevolent nor bound by the idea of worshiping the devil. Instead, it's a deeply personal and nature-centered approach to spirituality, emphasizing harmony, balance, and connection. Paganism is not a single belief system. Instead, it's a broad umbrella under which countless traditions fall, each shaped by the lands, cultures, and histories of its people. What unites these paths is the celebration of nature, the recognition of multiple deities, and a profound reverence for the interconnectedness of all things. It's about finding divinity not in a distant heaven, but in the soil beneath your feet, the air you breathe, and the stars that guide your way. Before Christianity swept across Europe, the pagan worldview was dominant. Across Egypt, Greece, Rome, Scandinavia, and the Celtic lands, people lived in harmony with nature and honored their gods through rituals and celebrations. In ancient Egypt, deities like Osiris, Isis, Horus, and Ra embodied essential aspects of life and existence. Osiris represented the mysteries of death and the afterlife, while Isis symbolized magic and motherhood. Horus, the protector, and Ra, the sun god, underscored the natural cycles that governed their lives. Meanwhile, in the frigid landscapes of Scandinavia, Norse mythology gave us Odin, the wise and all-seeing, Thor, the protector and god of thunder, Loki, the cunning trickster, and Freya, the goddess of love and fertility. Their festivals marked the passage of the seasons, with Yule celebrating the winter solstice and midsummer honoring the peak of the sun's power. Further west, Celtic spirituality unfolded in lush, green landscapes where gods and goddesses like Brigid, Cernunnos, and Dagda ruled. Their rituals, tied closely to the agricultural calendar, were vibrant celebrations of life, death, and rebirth. Samhain, for instance, marked the end of the harvest and the start of a new year, while Beltane celebrated fertility and the union of nature's masculine and feminine forces. What's remarkable is how these ancient practices, though separated by geography and culture, share a common thread, an unwavering respect for the natural world. For pagans, the earth was sacred, its cycles a testament to life's enduring power. Their gods weren't distant figures demanding blind obedience. They were part of life's fabric, present in the rain, the forests, and the firelight of every hearth. But as monotheistic religions rose to prominence, the pagan way of life faced relentless suppression. Traditions that once brought people together were demonized, labeled heretical, and often erased from history. Yet, despite centuries of persecution, paganism endured, evolving into new forms and adapting to new times. Today, paganism has experienced a quiet revival. Modern iterations like Wicca, druidry, and Heat Henry reinterpret ancient practices, blending them with contemporary values. These paths are not bound by dogma, but offer a framework for personal exploration, creativity, and connection. They allow individuals to craft spiritual lives that feel authentic and resonant. This resurgence, however, isn't without its challenges. Misunderstandings persist, and pagans often find themselves navigating a world where their beliefs are still marginalized. Yet, there's power in choosing a path less traveled, a path that encourages introspection, self-discovery, and a deep connection to the world around us. To walk a pagan path today is to reclaim the wisdom of the past while forging a future that honors individuality and balance. It's a journey of learning and unlearning, of embracing the cycles of life and the beauty of diversity. Paganism teaches us that spirituality doesn't have to conform to a single mold. It can be as varied as the landscapes that inspire it, as dynamic as the seasons that shape our lives. In this era, where the freedom to choose one's faith is a privilege many of us enjoy, there's something profoundly empowering about looking back at the gods and traditions that came first. They remind us that spirituality is not about rules or fear, but about finding meaning in the world and within ourselves. So, whether your journey leads you to ancient gods or modern interpretations, to the wild forests or the quiet moments beneath the stars, remember this: the path you choose is yours alone. Let it be one of growth, connection, and authenticity. After all, isn't that what it's all about?